to sit there for 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day on a meditation cushion, and then get up the next day and do it again and again. But I started, when I started practicing like that more, in the container of a land center, I was benefiting from it. I came back from that week tune more relaxed probably than I'd felt in years, more connected to myself, to my friends, to my loved ones, to my nieces, to my family, to my mother. I felt open in a way that I hadn't experienced. And so I wanted to do more of that. And I was really looking forward to sitting a Dathun. I finished up work around noon, and I got in the car, and I drove from New York City up to Barnet, Vermont, in Karmê Chöling. And as I drove, like every mile I drove, the hecticness and the craziness and the stress and the noise and the grit and the competitiveness and the busyness fell off of me every mile I drove north, until I got to Karmê Chöling, which is in northern Vermont, the Northern Kingdom, where it's really quiet and pristine and beautiful. And I got in my car in one world, and I got out of my car in a totally different one. And that's how my Dathun started. You're sitting in the shrine room with, in my case, it was a small group, so there were maybe 15 other people, and you take your seat, you sit down, cross your legs, and the gong rings, and you sit, and you're there, and maybe for half an hour or 45 minutes, maybe you lose track of time, and then maybe somebody rings a gong, and you walk around the shrine room, and you walk around the shrine room, and then you sit back down. And for me, I was trying to follow instructions. I was trying to recognize when I had stopped following my breath, like you do in Shamatha meditation, and that I had entered sort of a fantasy world. And I'd make up a story about someone, and then I would laugh about it, and I'd let it go. And I found it, my mind really settled. You know how runners talk about building up a base? That's what my Dathun, I think, achieved for me as a meditator. It was a struggle prior to that. Like I would be like, I'm going to be here for an hour, and it would be a fight. But after sitting day after day after day, hour after hour after hour, and then if you want to take a break, maybe you walk down the hall, maybe get a drink of water. There's nowhere to go, and a week goes by, and another, and you're still sitting. I built up a base. I stopped fighting it. I just realized, like, it's just me. It's just my body here holding me up. My spine is enough. It's enough just to be here, me, on this cushion with these people who arise. Yeah,